In this video, I'm going to show you how to resolve a report when you've charged a student and he did not accept responsibility for all of the charges. This type of resolution looks different than the other two kinds of resolutions because the case will need to move forward for a formal hearing. That means that the final decision about whether or not the student is responsible for all of the charges has not been made. So rather than using the Enter Decision button, we're going to update the case with a new note about how we resolved the case so far, and then we're going to send it on for a formal hearing. To add a new note, click on the Notes tab, and then click the button labeled Add New Note. For the subject of this note, title the note Preliminary Review Outcome. And then in the body of your note, you're going to explain a brief synopsis of your review of the report so far, and include each charge that you're making against the student, what facts support each charge, and how the student responded to each charge. For instance, this might be a case where a student met with me because there was a report filed that alcohol was being consumed in the student's room, and after review I determined that there were in fact students in the room consuming alcohol, and this student provided the alcohol to them. However, when I meet with the student and I share that charge, he disagrees and wants to have a formal hearing. So in that case, I would briefly describe that I met with all the students involved, that the students said that this one student provided them with the alcohol, that when I reviewed that information with this student, he disputed that and wanted to have a formal hearing. So I'm going to briefly summarize that here in the body of my note. So I wrote, I met with the three students involved in this incident. John Doe and Susan Doe stated that Josh test student is the resident of the room and that Josh provided the alcohol that John and Susan drank. I reviewed this information with Josh and he said that he did not provide the alcohol. Based on John and Susan's statements, I charged Josh with providing alcohol to persons under the age of 21, which is section 3A2 of the code. Josh did not accept responsibility for this charge. I don't need to fill out any of this other information on the Notes tab. I can just go ahead and hit the Submit button to submit my note.